Hey guys, today we're gonna talk about something that really hurts. It's my autism and anxiety. I have a disability of autism and anxiety, which makes it hard for me to communicate my feelings and talk about things. My autism and anxiety makes it hard to the point where I have meltdowns that get really tough. These meltdowns last for a couple minutes, but it's scary to me and my family. Like there was once I slapped my grandma in the face, which is wrong, I know, but I get terrified, and so does my grandma. I'm not saying that she's wrong for trying to help me, but I get scared because of yelling, screaming, yelling. And when I get scared, I start to get angry. I don't mean to hurt anybody, but it's very hard for me to communicate that I feel scared. I feel angry. When I try and control it, it gets even harder too. So I have a meltdown where I hit the wall over here, and something fell down, and my grandma screamed at my face. That was horrible to me, and I'm not saying she's a bad person, but all I'm saying is it can be scary sometimes, to the point where I almost hurt her. I don't mean to hurt her. I don't do that because of hatred. I love my grandma, and I'll do anything for her. But it gets really tough. Once the police were called because they heard yelling and screaming, and I tried it gets really hard. Police were called 2 times. All because of my yelling and hitting and screaming. It gets really terrifying for me. When I try to explain how I feel, she either doesn't listen to me, or I think she doesn't listen to me. But I'm not recording this because of hatred. I'm doing this because to tell how my life is like behind the scenes of my videos. I just hate when I do it. I don't mean to do it. I don't mean to yell, scream, and hit things. I get scared. And I get angry. And it doesn't work when I'm in school either. I'm in the special needs class, you can tell. And the kids in there are crazy. Not in a rude way, but crazy. And some of the teachers don't listen. Or I think they don't listen. It's not their fault. I don't know what they're trying to do, but I try to explain they give me some ways to handle it. Well, sometimes I forget to do them, and my anxiety gets too high. I try to communicate to them that I have anxiety, and I can leave whenever I want, because I can, if I feel too anxious. Like, I don't want to hit things, scream, yell, but it gets really scary sometimes. For people that have autism and anxiety, I have been through the same thing as you, or something close to that. And my book series, Tales That Shouldn't Be Told, goes across that. To my fear, my guilt for everything. I wrote this book series to cope with my fear and anxiety. This is a weird topic, but I have an imaginary girlfriend. Don't make fun of me in the comments, but that is the way to cope with my fear and anxiety. I know she's fake. I know she's not real, but she's in a book series. She's the main character. She has anxiety like me, and I talk to her sometimes in secret. I have never told anybody. I have told people about it, like my parents, and they know about her. But I don't actually see her, though. But I pretend that I do. Whenever I feel anxious, I talk to her, and she makes me feel better. Because I don't have another way to cope with my fear of getting angry and hitting. She is a way to help with my anxiety. I try everything that I can to help with that. I am I talk to someone for my anxiety, and it's actually helping pretty much. But I still have Sharon. I don't mean to whatever. As you know, I don't mean to yell, scream. But when I'm in that mental health state, I forget automatically about Sharon and my whole life with her. Don't take that in a weird way. But the way she acts is a little bit different from me, but she helps a lot with anxiety and such. All the videos that I make is actually a part of my morning routine. And my video only has 2 subscribers. If this video can get up to, I don't know, if I can get up to more subscribers, then if you guys wanted to see anything else in my book series, if I have tried to publish my book series on YouTube, but the video isn't doing that well. So I was hoping you could read the book and that could tell how my heart is right now, how I feel on the inside when I have the meltdowns. It's mainly about a girl with autism. Sharon, you know, it's really just about my mental health and about how my life is with anxiety, how it feels to be alone, feel like I'm alone, but I know that I'm not. I always feel scared, feel like no one actually listens to me. My book series is a way to. I'm not trying to say this out of hatred for my classmates or my parents, grandparents. I love them very deeply, like I just said. But this gets really scary sometimes. I want to stop having meltdowns, but it's too hard for me. I tried everything that I can to help with that. But if you read my book series, you can see what the true meaning of my book series is, about how I feel, how it feels to be in my shoes. The book series is just about me and how scary it is to be me, but in a female girl's shoes. I went through a lot in my life. Police. Once I ran away from home because of an argument. And I wanted to go home, but I didn't know where I was. So I went to a restaurant because I can't talk to strangers because I don't know if they will take me, because I knew stranger danger when I was little. I went to a restaurant and told them that I was lost, and they called the police, and the police took me home. And P.S. I couldn't remember where I lived. So they had to go through all this to find out where I live. And they brought me home. Yeah, that was really scary for me. Sorry about my cough. I always cough when I get too anxious making these videos because of my anxiety. If you get anything from this, I want you to know that having anxiety and depression, if you have depression, doesn't mean you can't do anything. I heard about a girl who actually tried to herself but survived, and now she just speaks to people about her struggles, and I am talking about my struggles today. It's really scary for me, but the only thing that you need, if you didn't take anything from this video, I want you to know that anxiety is a serious thing. That it's serious, and it can cause other kids to themselves. I don't want to get taken down, but that can happen. Well, I haven't tried to do that because I always get scared that it's going to hurt, and I don't want to try it because, yeah, I always get scared. I'm also sensitive to raised voices, and I always try to, my grandparents tell me to, like, cover my ears like this whenever I hear like someone's yelling or anything like that. But I haven't tried that yet. So I think if I get anxious, I'm gonna try that to see how that is. But as long as you took from this video that anxiety is a serious thing and can cause people to unalive themselves, you know, please don't get this thing taken down. Though it's hard. But I know in my heart that I would not do that. I will never do that. Because I know it will hurt. It will hurt. So I'm not going to do that. I have so much to live for. Making my series popular. That's what makes me go forward. And knowing that it'll hurt, might hurt, will help cope with my anxiety. Someday, somebody will hear of my series and want to read it and notice my pain of getting angry, screaming, fear. I don't mean to do it, but it gets really hard. So, can you make the heart this video and heart this video and comment whatever you think in the comments and go to my book and read it to see how struggled I am about stuff. I've language disorder where I can't speak clearly. You probably can't tell, but once in a while I'll just pause and go forward. But as long as you get that, for the people that have anxiety, autism, or depression, there is more to your life than just that. I'm saying that to Dr. D, me, to all my viewers, that autism and anxiety can actually be a kind of superpower to make you stronger. With this anxiety and autism is actually a pretty cool superpower. I have made my book series because of my autism. Kind of close to my autism. Because autism actually helps you keep on going. Keep on writing the book series. Dwelling on it helps you write it. And I wouldn't have done it for my autism and my family. Some of them say that it's unhealthy for me because autism and I dwell on stuff. But I write my book series as for my autism, to show people how I actually am on the inside, how I feel on the inside. So I hope you take this video and show it to your friends or family that have autism, and just tell them you have a power anybody else might not understand, but this power that you have is super crazy. As long as you know that autism is like a superpower, you can do anything that you want. Okay, guys.